You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
So yeah, there it is. Thank you for joining me for tonight's stream. We're just going to go through Darkest Dungeon as per request of a friend of mine. I didn't have this in plan for tonight, but here we are. So I guess we'll all look forward to losing a couple of characters, getting a couple of characters to a higher level, and then trying different builds, some that I might not have tried before. Yeah, we'll see how we go. If anyone's got any suggestions for what I can do, or what I should do, or something new to try, then I'm more than welcome to send my way, and I'll put them in. First thing I'm going to do though is turn down this volume. It's pretty big in my as immersive as it can be, there does come a limit. Cool, so I might actually just pop subtitles on, leave them down the bottom just in case people can't hear things. Sometimes I'm pretty deficient with my hearing. Howdy Crivey. I'm assuming you can hear me. Okay, cool. So, no chest, cool. What's that map look like? Just one room, awesome.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Press T, press A. Well, you can press T, press A. You can also click behind or forward if you really want. I guess DNA gives you better control so you don't accidentally click somewhere.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion.
Really?
That all may hear of your arrival. I'm sure most of you have seen this thing before. So yes, he's been forced into the first slot just to teach you and try to punish you for not being in the first slot. So good rolls so far, no misses. I do like that. That's always reassuring. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Yep, cool. Occupied space in the middle. What I might do is, yeah, the very thing it taught you to watch out for. I'm going to get, well, this should just be a campsite, so straight up I
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
You like money? I like money.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
I mean, either way, I might as well start off with a bleed on this guy so I can start working him down. Some good dodges. I'm liking these rolls. That's unfortunate, but it's a good one. Needs to lose some sanity anyway. So self-position. I don't have my stun on? Here we go, stunning blade, there we go. What's his stun resistance like? 50%? Yeah, that's fine. Always gotta maintain your stuns, otherwise they just get a shot every single round. So minimize that risk as much as possible. I got that big boy stun. Sorry, that big boy resistance.
Their cursed champion falls.
I'm slightly aroused. That was a nice dirty. Oh, good dodge. Wow, good rolls. Now it just needs to be consistent during the entire campaign. Good to go. Oh, those resists weren't very reassuring though. Golden boy stun. Even if it doesn't do that much damage, it's best to make sure the stun pops off. In case for some reason I do a
As
bad
the
roll
fiend
and I miss.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Blood is a special type of supply, and any collected bottles of blood will be retained in your estate at request ends. They may be added to the provisions of the barking parties. Blood is rare. Spray it around wisely amongst those in need. Okay, I'm weird. My audio low? What? Now it's just rude. Also, my window seems to be small. So, audio input capture. Ah, it is pretty low. Doesn't seem like I can do too much about that. Let me just quickly go to the properties. Can I change you in another way like that? Can I switch it to be a different device? Is input
Yeah, I know, right? So I was looking at that, and apparently there's going to be a Hollow Knight 2, well, Silk Song, that's going to be coming out soon as well, so I'll probably have to do a playthrough of that, and then I'll be smashing Hollow Knight 2. Post-Scourge comes out tomorrow, in like 12 hours or something, so it's not out yet. Final Fantasy, yeah. I mean, where does it end? Fuck your ears more. What happened? Did the volume go too high?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Is that better? Hello? Hello? Yeah. I mean, I could do Diablo too, but again, we'll use all the line. Mike is good now, but had everything maxed because he was quiet. Oh, okay. So it was just no things turning up, or because I don't think I've really checked that. Wow, that sucks. Okay. Yeah. Let me see if I can go through my sound settings to fix this issue. So I've got it maxed on my stream setup. Yeah. So let's start there. Let's go there. Oh, that's not really much control. Sorry about this. I mean, I guess I haven't had too many people here that have probably helped me configure the settings. So, yeah, so I guess it's a good opportunity for me to do that now, as much as I'm unfortunately punishing you guys for it. Hello. Yeah, wow, that's really low. That is not cool. And that's still extremely low. Wow, have they shifted where everything is now? No, it's not the volume mixer I'm after. The sound settings opens up a completely different window now, and it gives me so many less controls. Hello? Insert more GIF. Yeah. Hello, can you hear me now? Is that better? cat waving? Yeah? Maybe just a little bit lower. What? So it's not fine now? I'm so confused. Can hear you but very low. That's what I'm confused about. They, maybe advanced audio properties. Yeah, there we go. Now I can do something about this. Let's 200%, my friend. How's that? Is that better? Hello, hello? Did it actually do 200%? Or is it just messing with me? Oh, it did 200%, okay. Game sound is still loud for me. Okay, what if I do 400%? How's that? Does that sound good? Yeah, 400? Hello, hello? Does that titillate your senses? Does that actually reach your ears properly this time? Yeah, cool. I mean, it's decent, but I'm max volume. Okay, if that's the case, then I might just... Brace yourselves, lads. Brace yourselves. It's going to 700. Okay. How's that? Can you turn me down a little, and that's not too bad? Or is that just insanely loud? Cool, awesome. Yeah, cool. I guess I'll get back into it. Sorry about that. Sorry, cutie pies. Yeah, so I guess we'll go through Darkest Dungeon tonight. I'll probably do some Scourge tomorrow night. You got some background fuzz when on 700. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So you. I'll pop it there. We'll see how that goes. It's also because I'm not running any extra software to do any of the fine tuning for the lower levels to get rid of that fuzz. So I'm still setting up all my streaming software, and I did it on my laptop, and then I got this desktop, so I'm running it all through on the desktop again. 5 to 600 somewhere. Okay. Probably I'll do like 560. Sounds pretty good. See if that works. Hello, hello. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. I'm looking at your butthole. Nay? What is that image? I like it. Woo. Close enough? Okay, yeah. If that's the case, I'll do that a little bit less. 550, there you go. Just because I care. Yeah, cool. If that's close enough. What the fuck is this stuff that Roy keeps sending? I am so confused. Why not? I love it. Love you guys. So, I guess we'll get back into it. Continue adventuring. Don't leave that treasure chest behind. Better filters later. Yeah. I'll probably end up running a extra software over the microphone before I pop it into OBS. So I'm currently using OBS for all of this streaming, all my background layers and my camera and everything. Because I got somewhat familiar with it due to work. No, I want to use my... Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Whoa. You know what? He's got Blight, and then we're just going to leave this dungeon anyway, so Blight doesn't really do anything to me. Yeah, up here, that's right. Oh, Halloween themed emotes, okay. Yeah, you're more than welcome to help out, Cryby. What have you got in mind? Like some sort of moderating for it to play with the channel, or are you just gonna help me with some settings and some software? Resolution: in town will never drink. Okay, I can deal with that. -4. That's nice. Whew. Okay, so they are two different purposes, but either way they're good perks. And again, I guess dealing with the no drinking in
Welcome
town
home.
is alright.
Such as it is.
It's much better than having
These
a huge
corrupted
debuff
lands,
that can absolutely
They're
destroy you.
yours now, and you are bound to them.
Successfully complete your first foray in the ruins. Yeah, cool. Week 1 seems pretty healthy. Nothing fancy going on. Yeah, hints and tips. I'm just going to quickly turn off all of these exclamations, try to familiarize myself with where everything is again.
In time, you will know the tragic extent
Yeah, okay,
of
so
my
these are just all the
failings.
different tasks. Yeah, okay, cool. What
Women
recruit?
and
Ah, you.
men,
Ah, no,
soldiers
that's
and
just the help.
outlaws,
Okay, so recruit all of
fools
these
and
heroes. Yeah,
corpses.
cool.
All will find their way to us now that the road
Recruit
is
these
clear.
guys. Yeah, you can level up things, that's nice. That's right, that's not open yet.
Most will end up here,
I'm sure many of our
covered in
heroes
the
will end up here
poisoned
very
earth,
quickly.
awaiting merciful
If I'll
oblivion.
be up there this Christmas. Yeah. Jana did make a mention that you'd be up here for Christmas. I don't know if we'll still be in this apartment at that point in time. It depends on when you come up. You can do in town right now. It's time to embark on the quest. Yeah, so we might be out of this place by that point in time. It depends on like what's going on with work and everything, because we would like to go off to Bali for a couple of months before we end up going to China and then off to the US. So it's going to be busy. But yeah, we'll definitely be here for Christmas. But after like probably early January, mid-January, we'll be looking at heading off. Again, depends on the situation that we're in at the time, so we'll see.
A mecca of madness and
So
morbidity.
best informed adventuring party of heroes.
work
That's
begins.
nice. Okay, so I guess we are starting off in the ruins. We don't get much other choice, unless we want to commit suicide, which my characters aren't willing to. So that's unfortunate. You bastards. Gotta familiarize myself with the slots. Stun is any position on the first 3. Heal is any position, preferential on second. The other heal for party is in first or second. And that is in first, second, third. Okay, so she's gonna sit in the second slot. Dismay's gonna sit in the third, and the occultist is gonna sit. Yeah, that's right in the back too. So my blight. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, yeah, he does have stun. Good. I was about to say, if he didn't have stun, then I'd be highly disappointed. That's like half the fun of the Plague Doctor. Just start off a fight with a stun. 21st of the 12th to the 5th of the 1st. Wow, you're actually going for quite some time. Heading to South Bank between Christmas and New Year's, so figured we'd drop in around then, but assume I'll see you at Dad's for Christmas. I played this before, should walk me through it like a noob. I thought you did play this. I honestly thought you did play this. Huh, okay. Yeah, well, so it's kind of the same concept with like tank healer, melee DPS, range DPS, and caster. But the types are usually like you could either do flat physical damage. You can do like modifiers, so stun, slow, speed to accelerate yourself or enemies. There can be both detrimental and positive perks based on your abilities. So you could buff yourself and debuff them, or you could buff yourself and buff them. It can kind of go many ways depending on the character you're playing. Another thing you want to take into mind is things like quirks. So this character is actually really good for healing. Divine Grace, plus 25% healing received, and then Divine Comfort, plus 25% healing received. So these two abilities are great on this person. However, this person has the detrimental quirk of Obsessed with Acquisition of Knowledge. So whenever she comes across a curio, which is like an item in the environment that you can interact with, if it's something that pertains to knowledge, she'll just automatically run up to it and try to open it and use it. So, and that can be bad, because quite often curios, those things in the environment, you'll want to use things from the shop. Where's the shop? Provisions. Is Ben... Yeah, okay, sorry. Click here and then go to provision. Do not have all of their combat skills equipped. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Give me a sec. I gotta make sure all that's equipped because I accidentally clicked on it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then that's all equipped. Yeah, cool. So I'll click provision. It'll take me into the shop, and you'll see like food is handy for if you're going for long expeditions or your characters get hungry. You'd best feed them, otherwise they'll take damage and it can give them more stress. Shovels are good for getting through like big terrain objects and smashing down walls and such. The anti-venom is like, you know what an anti-venom does. It stops blights, poisons and toxins. So these come to those detrimental damage over time things that I was talking about before, where like the Plague Doctor, for example, down here, can throw a blight grenade, which blights enemies, kind of like chaos damage. It's like a poison, but not exactly a poison. So you can resist against blight, you can resist against poison, and you can resist against toxins. And blights usually tend to be more or less the strongest of the lot. And it's generally damage over time. So damage per round, sorry. And then you've got bandages, which are purely for stopping bleeding. So you'll have noticed that this character here had open vein here, which causes a bleed. So accuracy base of 95, the damage mod of minus 15%, so it does minus 15% at this level. And then it does a bleed for 2 points per round for 3 rounds. So in total 6 damage over 3 rounds. You just hit them once and then they'll start bleeding over those 3 rounds. So yeah, this guy can't gamble. That's his bag quirk, which is kind of nice. It means that when he's actually adventuring, he's not doing things like accidentally, purposefully opening curios that he shouldn't be opening, or he's not weaker against certain enemies. So you'll have people, like here it says Ruins Tactician, plus 15% damage in Ruins. But you can get ones where it'll say Fearful of the Ruins, where if he goes into the ruins, he'll take 15% more damage. Sometimes you get quirks that are like plus 15% damage in the ruins, and then you'll get the takes 15% more damage in the ruins. So whilst they do more damage, they take more damage in the same place. You can have certain quirks taken off though. What are you? Yeah, eating, yeah. Sorry, got the laptop set up so all my chat comes up on that side. I haven't got a dual monitor at the moment, I've just got this big fat screen in front of me. And then the laptop's running all of my chat log and everything. So hard noggin's really good, quick reflexes is really good, means he'll start up the round generally before everyone else. I'm sure everyone here has played turn-based role-playing games where your position in the queue will be based on your speed. So if you have a ton of speed, then you may go and then you'll go again. So yeah, stacking speed can be quite good. So you've seen some of the core abilities that are here. They'll get used during combat rounds, and then when you go into, if you are in a dungeon long enough, you can camp, and then you can use these camping skills during the camping round. But the thing is that I'm sure if you guys have played Dungeons and Dragons, when you're camping, you do a roll to see if you're surprised during the night, and then you'll have to go into a fight, and you'll be off guard and such. Whereas guys like this, the Highwayman, so the classes up here, Highwayman, he's good at improving, so he'll give you buffs during your camping phase, and he can set up alarms so that you aren't surprised during the next 4 battles. You can't be ambushed during night, so you more or less guarantee that you will have a proper night's rest and you won't be surprised halfway through the night and then get destroyed. The other good thing about that, and the reason why you usually want to have that up whenever you camp, is because if they surprise you during the night, you have no torchlight, and the amount of damage the enemies do is insane. So you'll see that when I jump into the next dungeon. I'll show you guys more or less all of these mechanics. So yeah, here's your resistances: stun, blight, disease, death blow. So death blow is handy for when you're brought to 0. So just because you've hit 0 hit points doesn't necessarily mean you're dead. It just means that the next hit could kill you. So again, same sort of concept as Dungeons and Dragons, but you don't faint. So you're still alive, you can still do things, but the moment you get hit, you could die. So cool, here's your move. So this move isn't so much the speed at which you will initiate into a fight or your position in the queue. This move is more the case of if someone hits you and then knocks you back, do you resist getting pushed back or forward? So this person's good at using in the second or third slot out of the 4, but if I'm in the second slot and then something pulls me forward, then all I can use is these 2 abilities, and this one can only hit the first 2 in the front, and this one stealths me, so I essentially become, I can have more accuracy and I can't be targeted, but the issue with that is it doesn't push me back to then be able to do things to the back rank. So I either need to use someone who can use an advancing skill to move forward and do damage, or I have to manually move them and they lose their turn in the process. So that's why the move resistance can be quite good. If you've got people in the position you want them to be in and you don't want them shifted, then you'll try to get things that'll push up that value. Then bleeding, same deal as blight, and yeah, pretty much same deal as blight. Debuff is your resistance to so if someone wants to use a debuff to slow you down or to reduce your damage or reduce your healing, that's your resistance to that. And then this is more or less like your trap detection and your trap disarming rate. And then like the bad quirks here, you can actually get diseases. So you can get things like rabies. So rabies will make you eat more food, I believe, and then you do like 20% extra damage because you're infected with rabies and you're always on a rampage. So it can be good, but it can also be bad. So you can get interesting diseases like that, and then you can get diseases like herpes that are just straight up fucking annoying. And then you've got your equipment, so weapons, armor, and then trinkets. So that's pretty much all the stats and such. Like, these are general stats that you'll normally see in most RPGs. Speed, protection, so that's kind of like your armor. Your dodge, so your ability to dodge. Your max HP, your accuracy, so whether or not you'll land a hit or not. Your crit chance, and then just your flat damage. Yeah, cool. So you'll find out about the abilities once we get into the play. And then, yeah, more camping abilities. These are just heals. This is, I believe, a debuff. Hand of Light accuracy. Yeah, it's a debuff and a little bit of damage. And then stun, 2-person hit, front row. Yeah, so I'm probably going to shift this guy out once I get a Helion. Helions are quite nice. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. One thing I am going to check, because start again, I missed it. You would. Nah, I mean, if you really wanted me to start again, I guess I could start again. But again, depends on what part you're really interested in. So I'm just going to quickly look up, because there is a nice little like spreadsheet of the different provisions to take whilst on a campaign. Yeah, you little troll. I'm onto you. I'm onto you, boy. Okay, so that is not it. Darkest Dungeon Provisions Guide. Yeah, cool. That's what I wanted. Cool. Because the sort of provisions you'll take into certain areas will change the way you interact with curios. So I like to do, based on this spreadsheet, the sort of stuff I'll take in, because again, you're limited on the amount of stuff you can take with you, and things can cost a hell of a lot. What was it? Was it? What? Was it muted the whole time? Surely not. Surely not. What? My brain's gonna explode. Do you guys want me to repeat that? I've got a pretty good idea of how to repeat it pretty quick if you need. Um, are you just fucking with me, or is like, was that actually muted? What? Okay, no, please don't. Okay, well, for a short run in the ruins, we'll grab 2 shovels based on this spreadsheet. Anti-venom can be 0 to 1, we've got 1. Bandage, we'll take 1. Medicinal herbs, we'll grab 1. Skeleton key will be 2 to 3, we'll just grab 3. Holy water can be 2 to 3, we'll grab 3. Torch will be 8. And the food is 8 to 12, so depending on how generous I'm feeling. Generally I like to take like, we're not camping, so 4, 8, and then I guess I'll take the 12. I mean, that's pretty exy to take for a short run. Yeah, screw it, we'll go with that. We trolling, you bastards. I love you guys, but you bastards. My brain exploded a little. Cool. So best path would probably be up, down, back up, and then around. Okay. She's already got some stress on her. I don't know how that managed to happen. Halt. Okay, yeah, we'll grab that torch. So the torches are relatively safe to pick up. You don't have to use any of these items on them to make sure that they give you bad quirks or detrimental rolls. So this is the deal with the torchlight, and they're surprised. So if you have high torchlight generally, so you'll see here, you'll only have like 1 level of stress, monster crits will be more or less normal, your dodge rate will be more or less normal, your scouting will be normal, and the monsters have a higher chance of being surprised. Once the light goes down to nothing, these values start going pretty insane. So even if it's a single person stun, generally, as you should know, getting a stun off first round is always suggested.
Be gone, fiend.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so what it's talking about here is with corpses, you can kill something and then it'll leave a corpse, but it takes up that slot. So if there's something in the back row that you can't access, but you've killed the first or second character, it'll leave a corpse you have to then get rid of to access the thing in the back row to get pushed forward. That, or you can pull them forward so the corpse goes back. Yeah, so less torchlight means you get better rewards. Didn't realize the text delay is that long. Huh? Yeah. It's because it's streaming through from my service to another service to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so on and so forth. So there will be a bit of delay in that sense. But it is a faster delay if I pay for a subscription. So I'm sure once I get to a point where I can justify it, I'll pull in the subscription. Yeah, cool. So, don't bother with Dazzling Light, we'll do Hand of Light. And I'm sure this will delete him.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Cool. Take that. So that you can use a key on. Sometimes it's trapped, and if you use the key on it, it prevents the trap from happening. Yeah, here we go, the scouting is going on. So the next two areas. Okay, so I'm just going to explain what these different icons and such mean. So we're in this room at the moment. That was where we started. This is an obstacle, so something that this. Sorry. We'll go to loot. The shovel here. So we'll use the shovel to get through that obstacle. This is where a battle will happen. This is an empty room. Move cam. Move it down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think it's because it's got some weight behind it. Yeah, okay, so... oh, it's in the way. Okay, sorry, I thought you meant move it down because I'm not in the picture. Yeah, okay. What is the best spot for the camera in this? Yeah, I'll just pop it up there. I mean... It's good over there. No, it's not good over there. What about over here? Screw it. Lives up on the top right now, it's good enough. No overlay. You reckon get rid of the overlay and just leave the camera? So get rid of that, and just leave the camera, you say, okay. Cool, there you go. Cool. Okay, so now that you can actually see this little map that's going on down here, it'll make more sense. So this is the room we're currently in. This is the room that we came from, and it's also the start room because of the door there. This is an obstacle, so using this shovel that we got from the shop, we can break down the obstacle. This will be a fight along the way. This will be an empty room. If we choose to go right, there's a curio that we can interact with, and then there's a curio room, which will have a battle in there as well. So curio, and then this is a treasure room, so we can go there and then open up a chest and do what we want with it. Yeah, so it looks like no matter what, I'll go around and then hook back and do 2 squares. So the distance you travel will increase the amount of stress that you incur and the chance that you'll have to eat more food and more things could happen. Should be 5 AM for me. You're gonna play hardcore? Yeah, you know what? I always play hardcore. Love ripping me some characters. Why, are you thinking of playing some duo? Usually I'm playing solo self-found. If you want to play duo, we can do that. I'll probably just play an Aura bitch or something. So the light is fading, affects mechanics, yeah, cool. So that's pretty much the effect that I was telling you about before. See, the stress is much higher, the monster accuracy and damage is higher, the monster crits are higher, and the hero surprised me more. So yeah, that stress wasn't nice. But the loot is nicer, the player crits are still the same, and the monster's surprise has been reduced. So my dodge has also been affected at this light as well. So stun on that. Ah, I love that. The first 3 front. So 2 stuns, and unfortunately he's going to get hit. Yeah, that was a half decent hit. I might as well dispose of him at this point, and then I can do the last 2 on this next round. So this is what I mean by the corpse being left at the front. I essentially have to do 7 damage to this corpse to get rid of it, if I need to be able to access things in the first row.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh, big crit. Yeah, I was taking a look at Scourge. It is a big update with some ambitious gameplay that's going to come into play. It almost feels like a Breach League, but with a couple more mechanics. Standard with Flicker build, but we'll try Cyclone on hardcore. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you feel. I obviously did a Facebreaker War Chief build just last week in the Expedition League, but again, finding a Facebreaker was a pain in the ass when you're doing it in solo self-found. As much as they're common drop, when you're doing solo self-found, it's not as fun. Had a freaking good roll though, I was happy with that. Just took ages to get it. Ooh, nice. Ooh, piece candy. Ooh, piece candy. Oh, I'll do it. I'll play risky. First dungeon of the entire game, and I'm already being ballsy. Ah, surprised. Yeah. A smash build. I mean, if you're gonna do it, yeah, I'll definitely be keen on seeing what you do with it. Might just take that out. Cool. Yeah, so let's stun him. So this is a caster. He does a massive amount of stress, so he's one of the first people I want to stun and get rid of. And they usually sit in the back row. So casters and stress dealers are usually in the back row. You want to pull them forward and get rid of them as fast as possible. And then this guy is, he does bleeds, so I want to get rid of him next. And then this guy is just normal static damage. Unfortunately, I can't stun him because he is in the back row. Oh, that's right. This is why I want to switch this guy out, because he's all first two slots. This is what I mean when you can only access things in the first two slots. Finishing Final Fantasy, 14 SQ. Ah, yeah. That's for right. Oof. Wow, their speed's actually quite high. That's unfortunate. And oh wow, okay, bad roll. The hero is bleeding. What I might do is, can I get a stun on that? Will it stun though? Because he's got a high resistance. Wow, okay, that's stunned. His resistance still somewhat low. Interesting. Usually, it might have counted because he had a round after that. So the stun, you can't chain stuns as well because they'll slowly build up more and more resistance. So it's like detrimental return.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
So throw a plague grenade on him. Does 1 damage this round, but again it does blight. So he'll take damage next round for 4 damage, which should kill him, yeah. That's right, that does the back 3 rows. Bleed's not going to do anything to him because he's a skeleton.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Ooh, wow, that hurt. You bad boy.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
So yes, those are the risks you take when you do very low light. I took a ton of damage, but this reward from this chest should be really sexy. So I dumped the key in there, it uses it on the curio, so that could have had a trap on it. And then if the trap fires, I don't get the loot. So you can avoid it, but also if you don't do that, then you don't run that risk. 1 damage for 2 rounds, and you have 18 of 24. Okay, I'll probably use your Vestal heal for next round. I might actually eat some food on him,
Terrors may indeed
and
stalk
I
these
might
shadows,
actually just
but yonder,
give myself
a
some
glint of
light.
gold.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Sorry, I'm just reading what you guys are typing in chat. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't actually tried Final Fantasy. And had to pause for how good it was, yeah. I mean, sometimes the encounters in those raids are absolutely amazing. Like, the Wrath of the Lich King Arthas encounter, that was pretty insane. When you go in and then you fight him, you essentially take him down to nothing, and then he just wipes the entire raid. And then all of a sudden everyone's just revived, and then you fight him a second time to finish him off. What is with these traps? I'm just not detecting traps at the moment. Lazy. It has to be Final Fantasy. The intention for me doing an MMO would be more Ashes of Creation, I reckon. Tay already knows what I'm talking about. Seriously, what's with these misses? I need to get rid of this guy. He's a ruins tactician, he's doing nothing. Lazy ass. Yeah, cool. Stun that back row. Urgh. See, that's that resistance that I was talking about. He has a resistance bonus. I mean, he dodges as much as he hits. So he dodges as much as he misses. So it's good and bad if he gets targeted. I've thought about New World and Cryvy. He's played it a little bit. Seems to be interested in it. But the problem that I've seen with New World is that I'm just going to quickly check his health. Not what I meant to do, but okay. Yeah, so he's tried it and he's enjoyed it, and it does look like it is, well, it can be an enjoyable game. But my issue with it is that at the moment, it is like you grind like a normal MMO. You can go through it all, you can experience the content, and any purchasable content is cosmetic. But because, you know, it's a game built by by Amazon, they have a tendency to follow trends, and if the trend says that buying or paying to win or paying to skip content is the norm, then they're going to make you pay for skips and to go past content and to essentially get to end game quicker. So it's almost like a pay to win scenario. I might actually just do some evasion. Yeah, so as much as they aren't doing it before release, they did put a note on there saying, on release, there will be only cosmetic purchases, but there's that, you listen to that, on release. They're not saying after that, but there won't be any of these. It's just RuneScape that doesn't look dog shit. Yeah, pretty much. From a different perspective, with a little bit better graphics. I guess he can finish him off. And of course he's gonna miss. I need to get rid of this guy. I need to get rid of him quick.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Okay, who do I want to have this perk? So I believe this curio, if I use a holy water on it, it should give me a curing effect. God-fearing in town will only pray. Kleptomaniac prone to stealing. Resolution. Kleptomaniac's not nice. When attack misses, deviant taste, if not allowed to visit the brothel for a reason. Is not allowed to. Okay, I'm alright with that. Just can't fuck bitches. What? That only gave me a heal? I got rid of some stress as well. Yeah, I guess I'm alright with that. I thought it gave me a beneficial effect though. That's why I was kind of disappointed.
Glittering gold.
I was trying to make sure he got it because if this guy gets it, he's a kleptomaniac, so he'll steal anything that's in that knapsack. And that's the last thing I wanted. So here's another thing about the game. Whilst travelling forward, the amount of stress you induce is actually quite small, but the moment you go to turn back and walk backwards, you get twice as much stress. So you want to walk backwards the least amount possible. So that's why I went all the way around and then popped on this side and then walked in 2 squares and walked back. Oh, another... Scares the living shit out of me having that guy there.
Are often low on supplies.
Yeah, and then you can eat some more. Yeah, cool. How many more stops have we got to do? 1, 2. I might just hold on to that. Here to eliminate debuffs. Oh, seriously? That was sat there with an extra stack? That's kind of pointless. Definitely switch the slot that sits in. And then this is the case where I was telling you about, where you want to make sure that you have food on you. Use torch full. No, I don't need to use the torch. The torch, it was just, it wasn't stacked. So this is where I was talking about before, where if you go through a dungeon long enough, eventually your party will get hungry and then you have to feed them. So if you don't have anything, then they take 20% damage and they have increased amount of stress taken as well. Whereas you do this, they gain health and then they eat it. And yeah, and then you don't suffer those detrimental effects. So this should leave me on this level, which I think should be fine. Cool, yeah, explore 90%. I'm going to continue adventuring. So I might sit comfortably at this layer. If it goes any lower, then I'll probably burn another torch. Yeah, cool. Use a shovel, thank you very much. Again, if you don't use a shovel on that, they can still get through it, but they'll take damage and it'll give them stress as well. Cool. So unfortunately he got to go first, because he is a high stress dealer, as you just saw. That gave her a quarter of her bar. So the objective is to get rid of this guy first. Yep. I want to use that, but I know that he's going to miss. So I'd rather just get rid of this stress dealer straight up. 3, yeah, cool. Play grenade. So I'll throw that. So that's a chained ability. So if you see, for example, there's 3 slots here, but that means you can choose one of those 3. Whereas, for example, this one has the 2 red slots. And then they have a line between them, so it means it'll hit all of those. So I'm just... really? I missed him? That's unfortunate. What's his dodge? No, dodge is still the same. might just... Because I want to stun him so that he can't put up a shield. The moment he puts up a shield, it prevents me from hitting anyone behind him. Sorry, no, that's not how it works. He can choose someone to shield.
This is how a life is taken.
That's another thing I need to mention. Because that target died of blight, the blight destroyed the corpse. So if you kill them with bleed or a normal hit, it leaves a corpse, but if you kill them with blight, it destroys the corpse in the process. So that does how much blight? 5 points per round? Yeah, that's worth it. Okay, cool. It's only on the front. That sucks. I might see if I can just stun him. Yeah, cool. Because he does a lot of damage and I don't want to deal with that. Dazzling Light. He's got stun resist, so I might just use it on this guy this round. Still a lot of stun resist. I'll just use Smite. And then... Yeah, cool. So he should get destroyed from that blight when he gets his turn. Yeah, shield bash. So you notice she resisted the blue. That was a move. Cool. Okay, now I can focus on the single target. So 5 damage per round. No, he resisted it. Wow. True story. So even though that does 0 damage, it still has the chance of doing a stun. That's right. So he'll resist the bleed, but it'll still do the debuff. -1 speed. 0 damage, but he still got blighted. He should just die off of that blight. I mean, if I was being cheeky, I could just heal. Screw it, I'll heal. If she crits, then she gets reduced stress. Yeah, cool. So really, I didn't need to take any keys with me.
Nonetheless.
Where's my garbage? I forgot how to delete. Where's my delete? No! Does anyone see a garbage bin around? I'm gonna get stuck into Poe as early as I can tomorrow, provided there's no more CTAs on here. It's all good. No, I should be able to delete that. Shift click on this to discard it. That's right. There we go. I thought that was a garbage bin for some reason. I might actually use this guy to do the chest because I don't know if my warrior's gonna try to steal it. For the tea stuff, yeah. What tea stuff? What? Uh, 25 gold, 15 gold each, 15 gold each, 20 gold each, 20 gold each, 5 gold each. Okay, so that's worth less in the grand scheme. Shift delete. And then that's 5 gold each, 500, and I don't want to sell any of those. So that's what, 40, 20, 25, so I'll get rid of that next and grab that. Cool. Okay, dungeon's finished. I can quit now. Too early for what stuff? That -2 dodge is kind of sad. And that is why it's a common charm. Okay, so here's the other thing. At the end of a dungeon, depending on how their performance was, they will either get a quirk that is good, or they will get a quirk that is bad. They could get both. They could get one, they could get none. So here you go, Dud hit a minus 5% crit if HP below 50%. That sucks. Fear of Beasts. So I can't go into the bog. I can't remember the name of it. It's the Warrens. So she can scout in the Warrens, but she has a fear of the beasts in the Warrens. That's unfortunate. And then Dark Temptation, prone to investigating the dark arts. So that means if he comes across curios that are of the dark arts, he'll just try to use them and open them. The thing I took and didn't need. I mean, it's for lepers, so when I start getting lepers I can start using it. It's worth more than the items I had in my inventory, so I could always sell it for more. That's why I was just trying to find out the value of things, because gold can make, like, you can run out of gold and then all of a sudden you can't quest anymore because you just don't have the gold to buy provisions, and the moment you walk into a dungeon you're going to get screwed over. So the whole way through the campaign you have to be rationing your gold to make sure you don't run out.
And the corpse wagons stand at the ready. The circus has come to town.
Then all manner of crude sport enter the ring this week to relieve 10 stress from all heroes. Interesting. Cool, so the Abbey and such is now unlocked. I'm gonna see who's in the stagecoach. A bunch of jesters. I'm not that fond of jesters, but okay.
At the end.
Available heroes, that's nice.
Great heroes can be
Increase
found
size
even
roster to that.
in the mud
Yes, that's
and the
nice. Structure mastery level 1. I'll do that next round. Okay, good night, have a good one. Stay safe. Yeah, let me know how you go with the Scourge patch. I'm definitely very interested in that. A lot of big changes are happening. I'm assuming you've already read the patch notes. If not, I did a video probably 4 or 5 days ago on all the patch notes and all the different kind of things that were coming into play and how they're going to get used. Did you know that there is a necklace that allows you to add a gem onto your armor slot? So if you have a 6-link armor slot and then you put something in your necklace, it counts as a 7th link. And it's an insane bonus.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight.
So these two will need to go. Both my healers, that sucks. I may just have to send one of them insane in the next mission. I need an occultist, that's what I need. I got a really bad roll getting these two this round. That sucks. I might just suicide them. Suicide. Fuck it, they can go one more round. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. I believe. A strange glow at the farmstead. The comet's impact was felt here in the hamlet. The great impact toppled gravestones and kicked up a cloud of dust that covered the entire region. When it finally settled, an eerie miasma was seen to spread from the mill. It distorted the rules of time and space far beyond imagining. Ventured to the miller's farm to see what has been done. I'll probably pass out any moment, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you, it is starting to get pretty late. I mean, I'll probably stop in like half hour or something. I haven't got too much in me. Again, busy day at work. Well, I was working from home, but full day of work. The shifting shadows reflect indescribable views from beyond time and space. That would be nice for the highwayman. Mm, don't really care about that. That's always nice. Although the deathblow resist reduction is kind of sucky. That'd be nice if I had an Arbalist. And again, I hate the Crusader. He's very particular positioning. So either I go for this trinket, this buckle, or I go for the Arbalist Greaves. And got bum fucked. Where'd you get bum fucked from? Bum sucked? Wait, no, you got bum fucked and it sucked? Okay. Was it at least enjoyable to work from home, or you just hate it that much that you'd rather be at work? Yeah, that's a medium length one, so they'll probably send these two guys insane. Whereas if I do this, then at least I can survive through it. That's the other thing, you've got to do a toss-up on how long your expeditions are going to be and what your characters are capable of at that time. And as much as it would be nice to get this extra healing, it's not really going to be beneficial for me at this point in time. I'm sure I can get it later on. Oh, okay, so just really shitty assessments. True story. So, sorry about this, I'm just pulling up some provisioning for the miasma. The initial passage of time have to different light modifiers which are introduced randomly in between waves. Here is a complete list of lighting modifiers. Okay. What is that? To purge evil and restore purity can also be applied to a hero to increase resistances. I mean, I'm not really concerned about doing the increased resistances. To annul one's mind against the horrors of the dark. So that's handy if I want to do stress reduction. I mean, shit stats with doesn't working from home doesn't look good. Yeah. Yeah, when you get bad assessments, you end up with bad stats, and when you're at home, well, you can always justify that. If you pass through the information to them, then you just be like, hey, I got really bad assessments today. You know, it's like, even if I was at work, then it's not going to make any difference. It's just the fact that it's straight up shit assessments. Yeah, I reckon 2 of each will probably do me for that.
Blight had struck the harvest again that year, and the miller was desperate.
Yeah, the mind game. I feel like that was the same thing for Kathy. Like she would be doing a lot of cold calling, and I guess it was just slowly dragging her to insanity because it felt like she wasn't really getting as far as she wanted to be getting, and the amount of effort and like commitment she had to throw into it for the small amount of reward Just wasn't worth it. Celestial Cornerstone, central fixture in the corner, constructed barrier around the farmstead. I don't know what item I have to use on this actually. I'm pretty sure I can just open it from what I understand. So the mechanics of the new mission type, defeated though you flee, when certain characters are killed, they become lost in space and time. Reappear in the hamlet a few weeks later with their trinkets gone. You can retrieve them from the tree Kavalos later after with a negative quirk attached. Okay. Provisions, max food your party doesn't need to eat. Max bandages, generally normal enemies won't cause bleed, but the bosses do. Stock up. Fuck. It told me what to stock up on later. Wow. That sucks, donkey balls. Yeah, KPIs are pretty real. I mean, I guess I'm more or less fortunate with my role because it's more like goal oriented. So as long as you achieve a product of a certain quality, then as much time as it needs to take means that if you have something with insane, but you weren't issued enough, yeah, that's the price you pay. As you can see here, it means that I can't target him unless I use an ability that kicks him out of stealth, which I do not have on these characters. Boo! Boo! Oh. Boo. Ah, you resisted it. Aw. Like none of the that you can pick up for free. So this is more DLC.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, so you can retreat without any penalty, but you have to keep constantly fighting. Have a kill meter the measure of your might and ambition. Fill it by defeating monsters. You will receive a reward of crystal to further you venture. Back dwelling shards. He will trade you for unseen in the nomad's wagon. Good. Sounds good. Your hero's blighted. That's not so good. I mean, you can suffer 2 more rounds, can't you, buddy? I believe in you.
This is how a life is taken.
You can't bleed. Why did I expect any more from you, my friend? Why? Stun resistance? Yeah, we'll chuck a stun up on him. Boo ants. Crit. Boo ants.
Back to the pit.
Alright, here comes the boss. Oh, he's got repost on him. Okay. That doesn't feel so reassuring. Oh, he resisted it. These guys are really just taking a dump on my resists. Sorry, on my hits and stuns.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
That's my disorienting. I need to throw that on. I mean, I could throw it on him to kill him. Yeah, screw it. I'll try throwing it. Really? It's only going to hit the front right? Okay. I guess I'll use my disorienting blast to try to keep this guy out for a little bit longer. I think because of his size, I can't hit past him. So you'll see that I'm trying to avoid hitting this guy because, yeah, he'll riposte, so he receives 40% less damage, and when I hit him, I'll get hit back. Yeah, just like that. Even if I miss him, he'll still hit me back. Ouchies. This guy often tap the bar up a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Wounds to be tended. Lessons to be learned.
So yeah, in order to get those rewards from that, you have to get to the end bar. And it's been a while since I've actually tried that mode, so I wasn't sure of what I had to actually achieve to get it. And again, you would normally do that when you have a much stronger team. Plus 20% healing, that's nice. Minus 5% damage melee skills. Stress penalty. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because it's essentially just wave after wave after wave.
Action invariably.
Yeah, intolerable, identifiable pest continues to descend upon him. Okay, interesting. I didn't do that weekly thing last week. It would have been good to do.
You will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Should have done it. Oh wait, no, it's still going on. Cool, yeah. Oh, do I not have the Butcher's Circus? Oh, okay, that must be the one I didn't buy. Anything else? That must be their most recent one. Pug, yeah, I know, right? So there's the Helion I was talking about. The Seekers are right. But I need some occultists.
The bellows blast once again.
That's what I really need, rockin'.
Make no mistake, greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
Let's find you to go to. Okay, apparently you will only transept and pray to a higher power. That's not cheap, my friend. That's right, you can't have sex with people. You can gamble. Okay. Then what you piece through meditation, that's fine. I know, right? That's what I mean. You have to literally ration your gold because it costs so much to get rid of stress on people. And like for upgrades and stuff, you'll go in here. I'll show you. If you want to level things up or you want to buy a skill that you don't currently have on the character. Like this skill's really handy on the Helium. So I'll buy that. Did that not buy it? What? Oh, I've got to deactivate something. Okay, that's fine. Good. But this Yorp allows you first 2 slot, which is one of the reasons why I really like the Helium. Leper's kinda Highway Slash. No. Duelist Advance. I mean, it's good for repositioning, but it's not so good for doing much else. Yeah, maybe. If I am, maybe streaming a little bit in the early morning just to play some Path of Exile, and then I'll be going out during the day to deal with my car. So I've got to go to Dad's and then deal with the car, and then I'll come back and maybe play some more Path of Exile in the evening. I mean, unless you're desperate to see some more Darkest Dungeon, then I can always do that. Oh, I mean, if you're interested in seeing it, then I can always do it. I'm here for the audience, you know? Come on. Okay, so that was that. So there's also this, the blacksmith. So you can go here, drag a character in here, and you can actually level up the items that they use. So for example, for Dismas, he's level 1. If I go in here and I actually purchase one of these to reduces cost of weapon and armor upgrades by 10%. Yeah, no, I need more of these little scrolls in order to upgrade this. But then it'll allow me to actually change the level of the weapon and the armor that they're using. So I can increase their HP base, their dodge base, and their damage base, crit base, and their speed base. You'll watch anything. I'm not fixing the car. Well, I'm like cleaning it up and then I'm trying to sell it. Because, like, as much as I like driving manuals, Kathy doesn't touch them. I comment there. I will watch anything. I don't have a Houndmaster. The -4 dodge kinda sucks. And the move resistance is alright, but it's not what I'm after. And then that's Grave Robber only. That's unfortunate. 25% damage and melee skills, accuracy and melee skills, +5 dodge. She only has like 1 melee skill, so as interesting as that seems, that's not really that beneficial. Activate 3 Thronging Hives. Yeah, that can be good and bad. That can kind of go either way. Let's have a look at what you got. Buff target with +4 dodge and +10% prop, but it only lasts 1 round. So it's not really that handy. It'd almost be better to just sit with 2 jesters. Well, I'll take 1 jester. Use him for buffs. Yeah, have you sat in the 2nd slot? Where do you need to sit, my friend? You can sit in the 2nd last slot or the very back slot. You need to sit in the very first 2 slots. And then you need to sit in the first 2 slots as well. So she'll need to sit here, he'll need to sit here. These. And the deck step. Yeah, that's fine. He just won't be able to do any bleeds. Unless he gets shifted forward. Yeah, cool. Okay, that seems about as good as I'm going to get that combination. I'd love some longer than usual. Level 1 or 2 heroes are recommended, still proceed. Oh, really? My level 1 heroes are already put away. I guess I'm not getting that item this. It's probably best bet. Alright, I'm gonna sleep on the verge of sleep. Have a good night, friends. Okay, have a good night, Roy. Enjoy. Thanks for watching the stream. I'll see you tomorrow.
Halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
So sometimes you'll see me actually walk past curios, and then I'll actually come back to them when the light's really low, because the amount of reward you get from those curios is increased with the amount of light. So even though you pass them with higher light before, it's actually the amount of light you have as you watch them that increases the value of the items in them. Stream some Poe? Yeah, thank you. I'll enjoy playing some Poe. I always do. Poe is Bay. Poe is life.
Be gone, fiend. Another abomination.
Big boy
cleansed
crits.
from our lands.
That's not nice. Bad. Bad grub. Bad. Bad boy. Bad. So unfortunate. It's nice when it's a double stun though. Oh, so good. Oh, you could have done 2 more damage on each one. That would have been nice.
Back to the pit.
Bum bum ch 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 bum ch bum ch 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 bum. Oof, Hellion doing what Hellions do. If I had the choice, I'd make a whole party of Hellions. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. 4 Hellions.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Let's just say the content was cleared extremely quickly because they just deleted everything. Literally treasures in an unlikely location. Robust. Jesus, I'm getting a strong jester. Wow. Sorry about this, I'll be a second. Yeah, cool. Hey, let me just switch that back and then I'll get right back into it. Lovely. Okay, nothing exciting in this room. We're looking for, yeah, to clear out 90% of the room. So I honestly probably could have just done a loop around and then gone back down. So I could avoid doing all this torchlight suffering and all this induced stress as well. I might actually just pop a torch now because taking an unnecessary amount of stress early is kind of pointless. So I always found it interesting when they pulled in the leper, because the whole story of lepers, usually they have such a bad, I guess, background or bad history tied around them. Let's get rid of that guy as soon as possible. He is a trouble dealer. Let's also do my Yorp, because I'd like to prevent this guy at the front from bleeding us, and he doesn't get stunned. That's unfortunate. It would have been nice to get rid of him. That would have been lovely to land that, and to get that as a crit. Again, I absolutely hate the bleeds that he throws out. So he can also do some heavy crits as well, and those hurt like hell. Yeah, see, there's that bleed. I recall that bleed being a lot bigger than 1 per round though. Maybe that's just later on, when he actually gets levels up. Yeah, bleed, bleed. And then, I have no healer in this stack, so that is not a necessarily good thing. That's a nice crit. That would have been nice on the archer. Yeah, lovely crit. Managed to inspire the rest of the crew. So as much as that throws him forward, the Hellion still has an ability that can throw her forward, so I should be fine in that sense. Cool, so he's down. I don't have to worry about him doing an insane amount of damage next round. Really, the bleed only goes on the first 2 slots. Okay. So this is that dash forward ability that I was talking about. It's more useful when there's actually 3 alive enemies to be hit. Okay, yeah, he's not very beneficial in that role. Never miss. I don't know, buddy. Your hit-miss ratio is pretty bad. Wow, this leper's just missing everything. That's unfortunate. Kinda need you to land some hits, buddy. That's right. Literally can't use anything. I need that dash forward ability if I'm gonna pop him with the Jester. Because the Jester's just gonna keep popping forward. And that's not gonna go down well for us.
Push on to the task's end.
So what I could do is be cheeky and leave this alone and come back to it for a higher risk reward. But we'll just pop it open. I don't think we're going to come across any secret rooms, so we should be fine. It's more when we come across secret rooms that it's a bigger concern. So it's only 25 gold, I'll let that go. I don't want to go getting rid of any of my items just yet. Crate is empty. Yeah. There's a trap, and she's probably going to suffer a bleed. No? Okay. She's going to take a ton of stress from that, though. I might just pop 2 torches. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. Oh wow, and I got hit by this, like, a surprise as well. That sucks. For half torchlight, I shouldn't be getting hit by that hard of a surprise. Really? You're gonna gangbang her? Wow. This isn't gonna go well. She's gonna be chucked onto death's door very quickly. Yeah. Dodge, please. Thank you. You can't eat during combat, that's right. I'm relying on you landing this. Yeah, there you go.
Destroy them all.
and then you'll land that, and then he'll probably target you, which is gonna suck. That's the problem with having no healer. I might actually switch your position, because then, yeah, he'll target the second position and hit the leper instead. It's better if I just hit something. I don't want to shift her position, because the moment she shifts and he gets a turn, yeah, exactly, he would have taken her out. I reckon I'm just going to shift him. He can't do much from that position.
As the fiend
Oh,
falls,
big boy crit.
a faint hope blossoms.
So, 600 gold. What is worth getting rid of? I mean, I could pick up a bunch of these and then all of a sudden the 600 gold I get is not really worth it. Painting is definitely worth it. Might just pop that on you. Pop that on you, grab that, and then get you to eat some food so you're at least useful in the next coming fights. I want to know what's in there, but I don't need to know what's in there, and the amount of torchlight it's going to consume to check that is not beneficial for us. Okay, so here's another scenario where using a key is beneficial. We'll switch you, and we'll switch you, and I believe you do your York from there, but you can dash forward from the third spot. Yeah. No, we'll leave you there. So, this, and they can have decent treasures inside of them, so as you see,
Awarded to the
some
brave
good
and the foolhardy alike.
trinkets, I guess is what you can call them. Another torch. I mean, I can't really run the risk of running out of torch later on. It's an empty room, that's relatively okay. I feel like there's going to be either a trap or a fight. So here we go. That second slot just takes a lot of stress, it's insane. I need to shift, I need to do something about it. Whether it be shifting it or doing anything really. Yeah. That's nice, good crit, clean him up. That'll at least take her off of being insanely stressed out. Then he'll hit the second flank. Oh, awesome, she's doing some good dodges, that's at least reassuring. He'll hit the back with Stressful Incantation. Oh wow, okay, so the Jester managed to dodge that, that's good. Yeah, we gotta take this guy out.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
The leper's finally starting to pull out. Good stun, good stun. Yeah, good stun. Okay, cool. So I don't have to worry about those two in the next round. I can just focus on taking that guy out. Awesome.
As the enemy crumbles.
So now that the stress is gone, I can focus on getting rid of the damage.
Decimated.
Cool. So one down. Lovely, where you won't actually take too much damage and you'll just clean them up. And then you'll get rounds where everything just, like they're trying to punish you.
Disadvantage. Give them
Feast on your heart.
a trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Cool, so, Curio. I think this Curio is, that or a torch, and torches for Curios. Oh cool, so I found a map. Oh, yeah, so there was a Curio right there. That's unfortunate. It's a bit too far away now to risk that, because tracking back can actually walk you over traps that have been planted during the time that you've shifted to other rooms. And there can also be new fight encounters that can come up, like surprise attacks. Which can be really dispositioned. That's a bummer. Really? He targeted the back row. Okay, she's going insane. Let's... Yes, courageous. Yeah, Helion.
A moment of valor
Oh,
shines
big and strong. Cool, so here's another mechanic that you probably wouldn't have known before. When they are brought to 100% stress bar, they can do one of two things. They can either be virtuous, so they get strong benefits, and they are essentially saying, I am too resolved and too strong to be broken down. And then they'll essentially have the opposite, where they'll go insane and they'll actually start harming the people around them and dragging them down. It's essentially a moral stat. So yeah, we'll have a look in this case at what actual perks she gave us. So yeah, courageous. When she hits 100%, she essentially can't go insane. Yeah, so we gotta take out this back guy. He's causing that would have been lovely. So yeah, we'll get the Hellion to strike forward. Wow. Cool. Classic Hellion. So I'm pretty sure part of the reason why she did so much damage is because she had the courageous stat. Cool, one more down. I've just got to deal with that back line now. I'm pretty sure I can get to that back line using the Jester. And okay, so we'll probably get a bad, yeah, there you go, masochistic. So he'll start.
Covered injury. Find it in no short supply.
Yeah, so when heroes can't take the stress anymore, they become afflicted. This manifests in different behaviors and stat changes. Afflictions last until you send them to treatment in town, unless you can reduce their stress to 0 during the quest. So until I reduce the stress to nothing, he's just going to keep being a negative Nancy. However, she is, yeah,
Be wary.
a classic Hellion doing classic Hellion things, like being too good for this game. So Curio, it's only 25 gold, I'll live without it. So yeah, let's head for the next room. So the next area up until here has been explored. Okay, so here's the other thing. You can get maps that will explore areas, but they may only explore certain things like curios, and they might not actually show you boss encounters, traps, or other things like that. And then sometimes you'll get a map that will show you everything. So I might actually take out the spider first, because the spider can actually inflict you with blight, so it's best to get rid of the spider over grubs.
This expedition at least promises success.
Yeah, cool. So here's the rest of that map. Boss encounters, and there's actually a trap back there. So that's the part that we didn't see from the other map. Yep. We're going to keep continuing to adventure. We'll find out what that other curio helps when we don't go back inside the room we were just in. Yeah, cool. There was that hunger I was waiting for. That's why nice, there's a ruby with it, so that's nice. Cool. No. Naughty. I want the ruby. So it's just worth like 5 gold. Okay, and then a final boss encounter. Haha. The map didn't tell me where the fights were, so that's the thing. Okay, so here's the other thing. This can say that I can strike the first 3, and it looks like there's the size. He actually counts as 2. So in order to access that 3rd slot, I need to kill him and get rid of him. But because this guy can get rid of him first, so that there's less actions happening on their turn. If that lands, that can actually do a lot of damage, and that's quite painful. Same for this. I think this is a bleed. Yeah, so the back 3 didn't get bleeded, but the first one did. Can't do anything. These 2 have to wait for a full round from me before they can do anything, so I'm just gonna see what I can do. See if I can actually get a stun out. No, no stun. That's unfortunate. So, I should have just buffed him. I should have expected him to do that, but yeah, it's not too bad, but it does a debuff. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, -2 dodge. Yeah, so here's the case where he'll be masochisting everyone around him, which is never too good. I think bleed will be best on this guy. Corpse. At the moment that corpse is doing nothing but being a pain in the ass. So here's the other thing that's nice about that Courageous. She will inspire other people and constantly reduce their stress, which is nice. Stun, I think his stun resistance is relatively high. So yeah, I'm just gonna him. So I can try to get, because he's just gonna keep, and yeah, don't hit the thing to get bled and put on death. Oh, it's 1 damage. Okay, that's fine. I was concerned that he was going to get put on death's door. Talk about driving him insane. That literally will. Yeah, so the corpse is done. That's 6 damage per round. He's got 6 life back. That's fine. We can now get rid of this guy and the next taken out. Maybe. Oof.
Prodigious sharpened blade.
Cool. Nice. Stun resist -2 dodge. So 25 gold each, 15 gold each, so 15, 30, 45, and then 45. Get rid of our bandages. Cool. I would be, because the map didn't tell me jack shit about what's in it, I'm not gonna do this quest.
The great ruins belong to us.
Given we didn't have any healer to be able to deal with the large amount of damage we were taking in some of those fights, relatively okay. It was getting a bit risky at points, obviously because of the three of each other. So bloodthirsty, okay, that's fine. I think that might actually be an in-town trait. Wounded -1 speed of HP. I mean, it's good to have him start around fast, and I guess I can deal with him being 60%. Ooh, free champion, I will take that, yeah, cool. They're actually quite nice. I forgot the name of them, the Shield Breaker, yeah. So Shield Breakers are nice because they can, like, they do have a fair bit of mobility. They have a lot of blights with their abilities as well. So they're essentially just cool. So my original characters are off their old rotations. So I now have a Houndmaster, which is nice.
And his faithful beast.
I have a Grave Robber, which is nice. And, usually I only have one mate. So I increase the number of heroes in my rotation. Heroes, I mean another hero to the network on each time we jump in. Okay, so here's send people to get rid of their negative quirks to can't be removed, well, lock them, sorry, and then to get rid of diseases. So if you don't want a certain negative quirk with detrimental and you literally can't do anything with the champion, then you would pop them in here, and then you would. So this Fear of Beasts, that's a permanent, well, a more or less permanent, it costs more to get rid of it now. Send her into the Warrens, which is unfortunate because she has this right here, which allows her to scout really well while she's in the Warrens. But as you can see, it cost me 12,500 gold. Do I really have that? No. So it's not really worth it. You can also choose to have a quirk removed. So those I don't mind, it kind of sucks on her. Mind that being a permanent. That kind of sucks. So that means that his bleed is kind of useless and his duelist advance is kind of useless. Slice, yeah, that really sucks. So I can kind of get over. The quick reflexes is nice. It means that he doesn't get stunned as much. What's my Hellion got? So fading, -2 speed, -5 dodge. Fascinated with injury, yeah, that's fine. Stress faster, -100% food consumed to stress above 50. That means that you can conserve a lot of food, and the Wheeled Tactician's good as well. It's just this fading that's going to really suck for quite some time. I either get a new Hellion, or I suffer the price of like 7,000 gold in order to get rid of that. Yeah, that's fine. Wheeled fade, that's fine. I can deal with that. It just means that you can't go on the wheel. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, this jest is pretty right. What's this shield breaker like? Flutter plus 15 blood resist. It's kind of annoying. And yeah, the fading sucks as well. What is with this fading? It's like the game's trying to really punch me in the balls. Weak grip on life. Jesus. Okay, he's a risk taker. Oh, really? That's what is with these counter quakes at the moment? So Cove Scrounger is good. Coves can be quite risky and dangerous. The problem is that coves are filled with Eldritch. So as much as she can explore the cove, she kind of sucks in the cove because of this. Will not take part in prayer activity in town. After Sitter, didn't really feel like it. Wheeled Tactician, 15% damage from wheeled. Yeah, so I guess he's good to use in the wheeled. Divine Taste, yeah, I think that was a permanent. Dim Blooded, that's kind of sucky. My +5 damage. No stress penalty when walking backwards, that's alright. Mankind Haste. And you with a hard noggin. Warrior of Light, +5, 10% damage if torch above 75, okay. Cave Adventurer, okay. +20% healing received. Cool, so you could sit with a Vestal and he'd do well. That's annoying. In town will only pray for stress relief. The Kleptomaniac's also annoying. I mean, that's pointless given that there's God-fearing there. That hit is kind of unfortunate. I mean, he's obsessed with material things. Wow, he's got a real problem with items. Just like stealing or hoarding or taking things. So yeah, I guess we'll get that shield breaker in a good position, because shield breakers are actually quite fun. With all the mobility and the blights that they've got going, and they can pretty much hit any position. It makes them really strong to play with. I was interested when they actually introduced that into the roster of the champions that you could use. Sorry, the heroes that you could use. Cool. I think that's enough for tonight. It's been kind of slow because I've been spending more time trying to explain things and trying to point out certain things. And obviously I spent that big portion of time at the start trying to explain just like all the core mechanics, I guess, going through all of the information here. Yeah, there's a cove one. Kind of don't care about these items. I mean, that's nice. Minus 20% stun resist, that's kind of sucky. Death Blow resist, nice, I like it. Plus 10% damage, minus 4 dodge, so if I don't mind getting punched, then that's fine. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think I'm done for the night. I mean, it was short and nice. Got to play a game that I guess I'd been looking at for a little while now to get back into, but hadn't really found the motivation for. And again, the new version's coming out soon. So, well, not the new version, the Darkest Dungeon 2 is coming out quite soon, so that game, and see if I can give it a good play, be able to have a play around with me. Yeah, in the interim, I think tomorrow I'll be doing a little bit of Path of Exile Scourge League and just trying out the new mechanics. I'm absolutely adoring the things that they're deciding to do with the tree. So that'll be, yeah, and then obviously the Implicas, that'll, the stats and attributes of the items that I pick up and how I use them with the builds that I have. Anything that can kind of give you those extra quirks where you have to decide whether or not you're going to or not to, or whether you should upgrade or whether you should stick with what you have. As much as it can kind of waste time, it's really engaging. And I guess that brings out the autistic side. Yeah, cool, awesome. Well, thanks again for joining me. If you want to join me again, I do usually try to keep things to the roster, so Friday nights, Sunday nights, Monday nights, and Wednesday nights is generally when I try to play. Monday nights I'll probably be playing Path of Exile. Wednesday nights I'll probably be playing League, so I'll play 1 or 2 games of League. Friday nights is, I kind of call that like Friday Try-Day, so I'll try a different game or something that I'm not normally playing. And then, yeah, Sunday nights is kind of like free reign. You can choose what I play if there isn't something that is particularly interesting that's coming out around that time. And then, depends on how I'm feeling. Cool. Thank you, Krabby. Enjoy your night. Stay safe and stay out of danger. I'll probably be coming to see you pretty soon. Your mum gave me your address, so I'll see you then. Love you guys.